second time in less than a week, the United States has shot down an object flying through American space. President Biden ordered the object flying over Alaska to be taken out by a fighter jet.
The important thing to understand here is anytime we detect anything, we're going to, first of all, observe it and then make a decision and take appropriate action. So you have to look at each individual case on its own merits.
We do expect to be able to recover the debris since it fell not only within our territorial space, but on what we believe is frozen.
It was discovered over Alaska sometime in the last 24 hours. The object, described as roughly the size of a small car at about 40,000 feet, the Pentagon and White House say it posed a reasonable threat to civilian flights. So far, it's not clear where the object came from, who owns it.
Joining us now is Dr. Rebecca Grant, a national security analyst with Iris Independent Research. Thank you for being back with us. Last Friday night, you were here to talk about the shooting down of that Chinese spy balloon. Now we're talking about whatever this is. Presumably, the U.S. knows a lot more about this than they're saying. Based off of what you know, what do you think this is?
This is the second spy object to come into U.S. airspace in a week. We don't know for sure who it's from, but I'd say China probably guilty, 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 because we know that China runs this worldwide balloon and object surveillance program. I think the Pentagon is waiting to see if they can recover some of the vehicle, of the debris that's down on the ice, and they're being just real cautious to make sure they can get a look at it before they tell us more details. But this was super terrific response by General Van Herk, Northern Command, getting that object shot down right away this time.
Okay, so earlier today, they made it a point not to identify it as a balloon. They also, as far as I know, didn't classify it as a spy object. So when you say this is another spy object, is that confirmed, or is that your opinion? And then also the fact that we're talking about this back-to-back Friday nights, is this the new norm?
Well, you're quite right, and let me just tell you that that is my, I believe this is probably another spy object. The Pentagon has not told us officially what it is, and they're right to wait until they pull all their facts together and can give us some good insight on this developing incident. But we do know that this was an object that was not where it was supposed to be. It was in U.S. airspace. And it was down at 40,000 feet. That interferes potentially with civil traffic in the air. So that thing was out of bounds. Is this the new normal? I don't know. I think what we're seeing is an unveiling of the fact that there are a lot of objects. We know that China uses objects like this for global surveillance operations, and we're just getting the first peek into what that looks like. Really interesting to watch how this will develop.
Do we expect, obviously you're looking right there at video of last week, the China spy balloon going down. Do we expect video of this thing going down to be released? Is that something the military would put out there to give us a better understanding of this?
I expect we'll see some pictures in due course. What's going on right now, they're using that last little bit of daylight to get in some very special aircraft, a long-range C-130 aircraft, helicopters as well. These crews are trained to fly into a difficult environment, very low, and they're going to go and try to find that crash site and extract and pick up anything they can about that object. So I think we'll see some pictures coming out in the next couple of days when the Air Force and the Pentagon are ready to release them.
And one more last quick thing. Why the need to do this? We know there are so many satellites that are up there surveilling everything at all times from both China and the U.S. What's the advantage of having a balloon or whatever this is up in the air?
Satellite collection is primary, but with the balloon, they were probing for electronic intelligence. And with this object, who knows, maybe testing our radar capabilities, possibly also testing our response. And this time we get an A for responding as quickly and appropriately as we did. I was glad to see the F-22s again taking down that object when it intruded into our airspace.
White House officials saying that they spotted it first sometime last night, and then shot down today. Okay, we appreciate you back-to-back Friday nights. As mentioned, national security expert Dr. Rebecca Grant. Thanks again.